For those of you who haven't heard, Roger Ebert died yesterday. Now, I'm not a person who normally cares about the lives and even the deaths of celebrities. Um, I understand that they're just people, just like you and me, and since I don't actually know them, but Roger's a special case because I feel like I do know him. I've been reading his blog for quite some time, and he wrote not only about movies, but about life, death, religion, whether or not video games could be considered art. And from his words, I knew of his battles with cancer, his love for his wife. I felt as if I knew him intimately. And after he wrote a post, he would actively engage in the discussion that was going on in the comment section. So when I felt like I was doing more than just read his words, I was participating in a conversation. Now, after he lost his jaw to cancer, the written word was the only voice that he had. And so he wrote a lot, sometimes too much for me to keep up with. As a result, I hadn't looked at his blog for several months when I heard that he had died. I immediately went right back to look at his last entry, which he wrote on Tuesday. It was a goodbye of sorts, but it wasn't a goodbye from someone who knew they were going to die. He planned to take a leave of presence, as he called it. He was going to write fewer reviews, and only for the movies he chose to watch. He talked of other projects he was working on with his wife. He talked about what he would write about in the future. Now, I got two things from reading that last post. The first, I thought how strange and wonderful it is that our lives don't end the way movies do. There's no wind down after a climax. There's no anticipation of the protagonist's final demise. Roger Ebert knew he was sick, but he didn't know he was going to die. It's amazing that someone can write about the future on Tuesday and be dead on Thursday. We keep living right up until the very end. Now, the other thing I got from reading Roger's last entry was a reminder that I knew him only from his words, and those words are not gone. He really did take a leave of presence, and it isn't too late to get to know him. And for the record, no matter how eloquently Roger Ebert argues otherwise, video games are an art form. Bye.